Hi, this is Chantal from the Purring Cat Studio and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you a few tricks and ideas for your junk journal on how to enhance a certain image, how to make them the superstar of the page, if you will, and also how to add a tiny bit of interest to the pages themselves. So if you want to see what I come up with and what my idea is, how about we meet each other on the other side of the intro? Okay, so the first idea is to give your element or your picture a little bit of a pop. So of course I could easily stick this beautiful image. He is gorgeous. Look at that. That owl is amazing. He would look fabulous in any journal just like that. And, you know, we would probably ink the edges and he'd be fabulous. There's nothing wrong with him. But why not try and make him even more handsome or cute or beautiful? We don't know if she's a boy or girl. So this could be beautiful just like that. But how about we give him a nice frame? So I used my frame punch board. You have seen this numerous times now on my videos. Now, of course, these are just ideas. You might not have a frame punch board, but I guess you all know how to make a frame without it. So while I ink, I will explain for those of you who do not have a frame punch board. All you need is to cut a rectangle or square, depending, or oval even, larger than your picture. And you can use just a regular hole punch or whatever, an owl to punch a hole somewhere so that you could start cutting and make your frame. Now I would draw the lines of the frame before I start cutting myself, because I'm not very, it's hard to cut straight lines without even a tiny bit of a guide, but just a normal pencil, draw the inner square or you know, circle or oval of the frame you intend on cutting, and that's it. That's not very complicated. Just might be a tiny bit, you know, it takes a tiny bit more time, but it's nothing to worry about. So you will still end up with a frame. Now I'm doing this on a big picture, a big scale, if you will. I could have gone with a small item, but I just wanted it to be bigger. I didn't want anything. I just saw this and I wanted to use it. But this, what I'm doing right now, is good for anything else, right? Any other image. So I want to put this like that. Now all of a sudden this is really beautiful. Like, let's say, hold on, let's say this is my journal page. Now, of course, this is beige on beige. Of course, I had to choose something like that. Why? Oh, and of course, I'm not going to find any other paper available nearby. Am I? Oh, I have found this. Hold on. Just because I want to show you. So let's say this is my journal page. And I'm building this and I'm adding it to my journal page. Now, isn't it better than just putting him somewhere like that? I know most of us won't do that. We'll put like maybe a little piece of fabric or something. But why not make him, you know, an item of his own, himself, and then decide where we're going to put him later. So you can make a bunch of little enhanced frames, if you will, enhanced pictures. Like every time you have a beautiful image, like those books I've purchased and I've told you about many times. I have the flower ephemera collection and the bird ephemera collection, which is where those birds are coming from, or any other ephemera that you have from your digital purchases. Let's say, like, let's say you've taken this picture from my paper, and instead of just putting the picture, you decide to give him a frame. Why not? And all of a sudden the image is really a lot more interesting, if you ask me, because it's a thing on its own, of his own, right? So, oops, hold on, let me just put this away for the moment, and this as well, because this will be another idea in a minute. So how about I just glue him, because I will certainly use him as such. And actually, I know exactly where I'm going to use him. I just want to see something first. You know what? Instead of liquid glue, just for this, I will put some double-sided tape on the frame. Oops, of course I can't put my needle back. There we go. And I have other ideas, you'll see. I'm gonna try and go quick. I think I'm going to fast forward while I put this. This is gorgeous. And the thing is that my other ideas, so I have a few ideas to enhance images just like this one, and I'll show you another one in a second. And then I have another idea. It's like the second, like the ideas of enhancing a picture is the first part of this tip, tricks, and ideas for your junk journal, part 4. So this is the first part of the part 4. It's confusing. And but I'm going to use this, I think, I'm fairly certain, for the idea that I want to show you in part 2 of this part 4. See, now I'm having fun repeating it. Okay, yes, this is gorgeous. I love, love, love it. So I'm gonna grab my stuff to show you the second idea. Okay, so this is a page of a book that I've tried to do something, and I'm not worried about the back, simply because I know I will be putting something on this, like this will be like the reverse page of a journal. So let's pretend this is the journal right there. And I think I want to leave the rip part here, but it doesn't matter, I might trim it. And we have this beautiful gentleman. Isn't he handsome? Why not give him a little oomph? I can't believe I used that word. I have never liked it. It always annoyed me because it's not a word. I think they made it into a word. I think, yeah, I think they made it into a word. I'm not sure. I'd have to check, but anyways, can't believe I did this. Okay, so see, I'm going to fix this right away, because I'm going to glue this gentleman right there. So let's say this is your journal page. I think I'm a little too far though, because it is smaller. So this is your journal page, and you want to, you know, you're working on a vintage photo, you know, journal or memory journal, doesn't matter. And you want a nice vintage photo for that page. So you glue it down like so. Of course, I would like cut around afterwards once I'm done and I decide what to do. But let's say, okay, so I'm creating the page. Now, I will take, let me see, how much of it do I want? It doesn't have to be this. It could have been another kind of paper. Let me see if I have anything. Oh, actually, maybe this. It's not double-sided. I wonder if I trim it. It's my leftover from what we just created in the frame. Okay, for I have found this beautiful paper from Pink Monarch Print. I'm sorry about that. So for from Pink Monarch Prints, I adore everything she does. So I'm going to use this. So what you do first, I'm going to color the back of this because it's kind of very white. Okay, so there we go for this. And I will use, I thought I already took it. No? Well, I think I have an X-Acto knife missing now. That's, okay. I'll grab the other one, but I know I grabbed it. Now the question is, where did I put it? Okay, so you grab an X-Acto knife, and right in the middle, you can make a little, you know, a little X, something so that you can punch through. I really wonder where I put it. I had it in my hands 2 seconds ago. I don't like when sharp objects disappear. I really don't. Okay, so we've punched our little X. I'm just going to go through with this maybe and just, there we go. Perfect, I like that. Do I? Yeah, I do. And now you will just gently rip. Just a tad, just to get you started. Okay, and now we will bring our beautiful, oh, I found it. It was right there. Okay, and now we will bring our beautiful gentleman and we will glue this right over him. So I will glue the absolute edges because I wouldn't want to put glue here and then not be able to continue ripping. Like so. I've shown this before in my beginnings. I was doing an idea journal and I was just thinking today, what could I show them? Because I want to do more tips and tricks. And then I kind of forget the things that I have done, and they're good tips and they're good tricks. So I've watched a few of my own videos today and I thought, oh, you know what? This was good. Not everybody will see, you know, not everybody will go a year back to look at my videos, and I understand that, you know. So I thought, well, there we go. So because I have a hole in it, I can kind of see where his face is, which he is really in the middle of this picture. So whatever the you know, the point of interest of your image, let's say the point of his interest was this, I would make sure that at least he's in the middle, right? Just keep that in mind. So I see his face is in the middle. Now I'm not minding the fact of the writing and everything because this is just for an example, and I'll probably end up, you know, cutting. I was just showing you that if you have a journal page and you're sticking something, this is the idea. Okay, so don't worry about the fact that I might be hiding the writing and the page itself. It doesn't really matter for this example. Okay, what I'm trying to show you is mostly this. So then you will continue ripping, but you have to make it in, how can I say, it's a calculated way. So you really carefully rip, and you can start rolling right away and see the idea of why I colored. I hope you're close enough. See why I colored my paper? That's why I didn't want it to be super stark white. That's why I said stupor. I was trying to say two words at a time. Super and starkly white. I think it's a word, starkly. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna back up a tiny bit because this is we don't need to be on a microscope. Okay, like so. And I'm rolling. You don't have to roll it. You could just bend it and glue. Actually, maybe I'll do that. I won't necessarily roll, just to see the effect. Sometimes you can roll and glue. Sometimes you can just tear it like that and leave it. Actually, it's kind of nice this way. I'm going to keep going this way. Now, be careful not to go too far so that you're over the image, right? You just want to do like a little peekaboo. Peekaboo. So, if you're like me and the tear bothers you, I have an idea. But if you like it, which is actually not bad with the white, it even almost adds more of, this was just thorn, you know what I mean? But if you don't like it and you want to see it go away, before you glue anything down, just put a paper like such and go with your distress. I'm really on the fence about this because I actually kind of like the white. I'm not sure how much of it I'll color, but I'm going to color the edge. How about this? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the white, but I will ink the edges like so that they are darker. And I do want to protect the paper underneath. I actually really like it. So I'm going to go this way. You know what I mean? I'm just inking the edges right here. Like so. Oh, I think this will be lovely. Yeah, I'm going to leave the white. I think it adds to the whole teared up paper. And the reason there's white also, I should have mentioned, this paper I just took from Pink Monarch Prints is, I had printed this on cardstock. Very light, you know, very thin photocopy paper, light cardstock. So when you tear, the pulp of the paper shows, right? It's not just paper. But you could have taken a piece of paper and done this exact same thing. Wouldn't have changed anything. Tear just a little more easily, right? There we go. Okay, I am loving this. Okay, now we will glue these down. And the reason why I suggest gluing them down is because we all manipulate our journals, and eventually I'd be worried that it would just break, you know? So I glue them down myself. But you do as you think would be better. It's your journal. Maybe you like the effect of this being up. Maybe you want to fold one, like let's say, let's fold this one up to give it a tiny bit of height. See, I've folded it, but I leave, I don't know. You can roll it. Will give you some height as well. For now, I'm just really gluing. I'm not being too precise about it. It's just gluing it down. And I'm just going to glue this little piece of paper here. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. It's just the overall effect I find is so beautiful. And again, this tip, tricks, and ideas today is about enhancing, well, the first part anyways is about enhancing an image, how to make it more interesting, more, you know. So actually I will just cut this out. I actually really like it. So how I'm going to go about it, because there's not a whole lot of writing on this side. That is now bothering me. It's okay. So I will just cut evenly on this side so it's the same with very little writing. It's just that the frame won't be even. I'm not sure. Okay, first I'm going to do like this and see what it looks like. So let's say I was to leave it this way, where there's less writing on one side. I think I didn't cut it even. Let me back up a little bit. Whoops. Well, actually, it's not bad at all. I really like it. I absolutely love it. And I would ink the edges. And now you have another piece that you can add in your journal. This is really lovely. And I hope you're enjoying these ideas. They're very simple. But oh my goodness, do they ever add. And I have a third idea on how to enhance one image. And then I'll move on to the other idea, the part 2, if you will, of this segment, of this video. Oh, look at him. Okay, I don't know if you like me, but I really, really love him. And of course, once he's in the journal, nothing is preventing you from adding some fabric here and there, maybe a button, anything that's vintage. You could stitch around it with, you know, hand stitching just to make everything pop. But this in a journal would look fabulous. And this gentleman, really, I think it really shows how handsome he is. I really, really love that. Okay, so this is the second way of enhancing an image. And now I'm looking, where did I put my first one? Okay, right here. And where's the okay, so again we have this beautiful bird, but I'm thinking, hold on, I also have this image. We've used him before. I love him so much. But how about we use this? So you have this beautiful image of birds, and how about I take another journal, like a page just like that. Why did I cut it this way? There must be a reason. Now I'm wondering. Okay, maybe not. So let's take this, for example. This actually is a pretty good size. Okay. And we want to put this on it. Now, just like that, this is beautiful. I would ink the edges of this image. Maybe I would, I don't know, round the corners. Why not? I would do something like that. Oops, I would round the corner better, maybe. What's happening here? I don't know why. I know why, actually. Whenever this happens is because when I trimmed the page, I didn't do it even so that it's a 45 angle degree, if you will. So the corner thingy doesn't know what to do. So let me get my scissors. Maybe it'll work better now. Okay, let's say, just for the sake of this example, since it's not our focal point. So I love this image. I want to make it, you know, part of my journal. How could I enhance it? So first, let me fast forward through the inking of at least the page. So here it is. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but this is just simply really, really adorable. This is beautiful. It would look fabulous as a journal page. And same thing with our gentleman right here. And same thing with this beautiful bird right there. So just like that, we have enhanced an otherwise really beautiful image on its own, of course, but we've just given it an extra, you know, a little something extra, a focal point on the image itself. And then you just take this, stick it in a journal, and you got something, you know, really, really of a lot of interest. I mean, this is really nice. And it's fun because it also is something you can touch because it's fabric. Same thing with this, you know, it's higher. It's got the, I don't know how to say relief in English, but yeah. There's some words that just won't ever come easily. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside and I will keep this one as an example. So I am soon starting a new tab binded journal. So I have all my pages ready and I have all my ripped fabric pieces stamped and some of Tim Holtz, my God, Holton. I'm thinking of a Tim Horton right here. I need a coffee. Tim Holtz tape, that you know, fabric tape. So I made pieces of both. I'm going to mix them up and use them in this journal, which has a lot of pages. It doesn't seem like it right now, but once it's all binded, it will grow already, plus everything I intend on putting in it. So let's say I wanted to add this page, because the beauty of these, and if you haven't seen my video, please go see it. You will be so happy you now know how to do a tab binded journal and the freedom it gives you, because I don't have to have a page that's folded to just stick it in a journal. All I need is the tabs. So let's say this is the front of the journal, and I'm deciding, you know what, I will include this beauty in it. Now, a real quick way to add some interest. You know how we put dangly dangles on some of the pages and ribbons, and they all come out of the side, and it just adds so much interest to the journal. So of course you have the regular tab that you can add to the page, just like such. You glue it there, and that's a little something that will come out of the page, add some interest once the journal is closed, and it's something to help you move the page. How about we try something else? So How about an eyelet? I will put a hole right here, and I will come back and the eyelet will be in. So the eyelet is put in, and now you could also have added a smaller eyelet. You could also have, no space here. Let's say, and I could have done it, I just forgot clearly, because I would have done that. You could have glued some cheesecloth first and then add the eyelet, okay? And then it's really all up to you on what you want to put in that eyelet. So it could be a tiny little rope, or like I'm going to do right now, I am deciding that a nice piece of sari ribbon, like so. And I don't know if I'm going to tie it, make a knot, or for added interest even more, yes, I will do that. I love to do that. Plus it's black and it's beige and it stays in the colors that I have right now. So I will tie it like so. I'm just going to put some weight here while I do my knot, since I only have two hands. There. Okay. Another knot. Whoops. Like so. And why not a third one? Okay. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Ah. Okay, now I will cut the excess because I really took a little too long of a string. Okay, so now in your journal, let's say on another page I did put a tab. So I don't know, let's say on this page. I won't put it because that's not what I intend for this page, but just for fun, just for you to see. So now the journal is closed, and see what I mean? You have interest on the edges of your journal, and you flip the pages, and then you come to this one, and this one you have like this tab. It's not a tab, but it acts as one. And the other fun thing that this allows you to is let me find something here. Okay, well, that's not the one I wanted, but it could be a bead. Oh, I have it. Let's say we add some jewelry to our journal. It could be something like that. It could be something like this. Now you could leave it this way. This is absolutely scrumptious on its own, but it also allows you to pin something in there like such. And now you have extra interest in this page because now there's all kinds dangling from the page. There you go. See how gorgeous this is? I can just imagine when the journal is full and it's all decorated, it's got all these pockets and openings and all kinds, and then you have these beauties just hanging from the side of the page. I mean, even when the journal is closed, you want to open it and see what this is. So those were the ideas, the tips and tricks and ideas for your junk journal of the day. And like I said, nothing prevents you from adding these tabs as well, and others are ribbons, and it just makes everything a lot more fun. And there we go. So these were the ideas of the day. I'm just going to show you again. I want to say to all of you, thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel, to keep coming back and to leave me these beautiful comments and questions. I love when you ask me questions. It makes me feel like I really do have something to show and teach you, and help you out with. It's really, really a lot of fun. Don't ever hesitate to ask questions. Not all of us are pros. I'm not even a pro myself. I just know a few things, and I know that you all know a lot of things, because sometimes your comments will be that you'll tell me what you do, and I love it, because it's what we're here for. It's to have fun and learn from one another and stay creative and inspired. I always say, take my ideas, copy them, run with it, and make it your own. That's what this is for. No one will get offended. Actually, it's quite the opposite. I'm extremely flattered when someone says, I tried your idea and it's lovely, I love it. Or maybe they added something, right? So I love it. That's what I do. That's what we all do. We get inspired by people, by objects, by nature. You know, it's just everyone wants to learn and progress. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you like the freedom to explore and change it up a little bit, spice it up, make it your own. It's nice to add things to a page that you wouldn't expect, and that's what people love when they open a journal. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, I like this. Oh, they put fabric for a frame. You know what I mean? So I really hope you've enjoyed this tip, tricks, and ideas for your journal part 4. I want to give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. And on this, I'll say bye. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.